An American tank was surrounded by enemy forces. Then something impossible happened. It shot down a fighter plane. Even today, military historians still struggle to explain how the crew pulled it off. Most soldiers who witnessed the event believed they had seen a miracle on the battlefield. The incredible story began during the final years of World War II in Europe. American armored units were advancing through hostile territory under constant enemy resistance. Among them was a Sherman tank crew that had already survived countless dangerous battles. The crew had faced artillery fire, ambushes, and enemy armor many times before, but nothing could have prepared them for what was about to happen that day. The morning had been relatively quiet until a warning suddenly spread across the front. Enemy aircraft had been spotted approaching American positions at high speed. Within minutes, fighter planes appeared above the battlefield and began circling overhead. Soldiers rushed toward cover while officers searched desperately for anti-aircraft support. Unfortunately, there was little protection available against aircraft attacking from above. The first fighter suddenly dropped lower and opened fire across the American line. Bullets ripped through the battlefield as dirt and debris exploded into the air. The Sherman crew watched helplessly while the aircraft completed another attack run. Each pass seemed lower, faster, and more dangerous than the one before. Explosions erupted nearby as bombs struck frighteningly close to friendly positions. The tank commander realized they could not survive many more attacks like this. Most crews would have stayed hidden and simply hoped for the best. But this commander refused to sit still while enemy aircraft hunted his men. He ordered the gunner to begin tracking the fighter through the tank's main sight. The crew stared at him in disbelief, convinced they had misunderstood the order. Tanks were built to destroy vehicles, not aircraft moving hundreds of miles per hour. Yet the commander repeated the order, and the gunner immediately obeyed. High above them, the enemy pilot prepared another devastating attack run. The fighter rolled into position and began diving directly toward the Americans. Inside the Sherman, nobody spoke as the tension became almost unbearable. The gunner carefully followed the aircraft while waiting for the perfect opportunity. Outside, machine gun fire erupted once again as the fighter closed the distance. Dust and smoke covered the battlefield, while the enemy fighter continued rushing forward. Inside the Sherman, every crew member knew they would only get one chance. The gunner kept the aircraft centered in his sight, despite the chaos around him. The enemy pilot remained focused on his target and never noticed the tank aiming back. The enemy fighter was now dangerously close to the American lines. The commander took one final look and shouted, "Fire!" The Sherman's main gun exploded with a deafening blast that echoed across the battlefield. For a brief moment, nobody moved as they watched the shell race through the sky. Then flames suddenly erupted beneath the fighter's wing and the aircraft began to roll. The enemy pilot lost control as the burning fighter plunged toward the ground below. Shocked American soldiers watched the wreckage explode in the distance and realized they had witnessed history.